morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your girl, Kumbi Sumo from Mirror House Concept. Once again, we're still on our title, Losing My Religion. And today I have my very, very good friend, become sister. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul, inside and outside. And not to waste your time and not to waste my time, as always, I'm going to usher her in and have her introduce herself because she can do a way better job than I can. So hold on, don't go anywhere. This is going to be interesting. Stay tuned. It's your girl, Shalwa Dosumu, Mirror House Concept. Holla at your girl. Any religious background or holla at your girl. Being you Christian, Muslim, Atheist, any religion, holla at your girl. Being you black, white, any cultural or ethnicity, holla at your girl. If you switched your religion to a different religion ever, holla at your girl. If you stop believing, holla at your girl. To share your story with the world, holla at your girl. Holla at your girl. Let's talk about this Mirror House Concept. Holla at your girl. I got you. Holla at your girl.
Hi, my name is Adebisi Showole, and I live in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. How are you?
I'm good. I've been telling them, I said, this is my friend turned sister.
Oh, yeah. No other one.
No
Any
other
other one
one.
is a counterfeit.
Yes. Can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your background, about your religious background, your family background, like a little bit about your history?
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in Lagos Island, and I was born in a Muslim family. And I grew up, with a Muslim background, and never, was into Christianity, was never exposed to Christianity. And, not until I met, my ex-husband that, he introduced me to Christianity. And, I've been a Christian ever since that time.
Okay. Wow. So he brought you to church.
Yes, he did. But you know what? He actually brought me to Catholic church.
Okay.
Yeah, we were in there for like, maybe 5 years.
Okay.
Then when we came to the States, we decided to, join the Pentecostal church.
Oh,
the
wow.
first church we joined was Deeper Life Church. So we went there for like, a year. And then after that, we crossed over to, Redeemed Christian Church in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, so I actually got baptized in Christian Church.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
So, so growing up as a child, I'd like to go back to when you were a child, which was in the mosque, right? So, what did you go to the Muslim school?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Actually, when I went to nursery school, I actually went to a Christian school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But not knowing to me, because as a child you don't know anything.
Yeah.
So, but I thought, after thinking back, I think that was the thing that shaped my life.
Oh,
because,
okay.
my parents, even though they were Muslims, but they're not, the extreme, Muslim.
Okay.
So we were taught to, look at things, in a wide variety of ways. So like I said, I went to, nursery school, Christian nursery school, and then my elementary school is also Christian school.
Oh, wow.
But my high school, I went to a Muslim school.
Okay.
So either way, I think, I grab, little bit things, from each, background. I can't just say, that, growing up in a Muslim home, that, I didn't learn something or two there. And then, also, going to, Christian school, that I did not learn, things there. I think both of them shaped, the kind of person I am today, because I can look at both sides, even though I was still young that time. But I was, able to look at both sides, and said, you know what, this is, what is going on that time, and this is, how I see things now. I'm not, I'm not going to fault, each religion, because, each of them believe in what they want.
Yes.
But as for me, being a Christian now, I was able to tap into, the gospel, what, the gospel want me to understand.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that, the religion I was, brought up in is not good. To them, it's okay. And I understand that, but for me, nobody can ever tell me to go back there again.
Yeah.
Because I knew better now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, as a growing up as a kid, did you ever pray the Muslim way? Did anybody teach you how to pray the Muslim way?
I went to mosques, I mean, we wake up from 5 o'clock in the morning, which I hated. Oh my God. I hated it with passion. But you know what? It's part of our life, because my mom was the defining, person in my life. As far as the religion, my father, was a Muslim before he died. So he practiced Muslim all his life. As a matter of fact, his father was, the, imam, of a mosque.
Oh wow!
It's just like you're saying, pastor's child. My father was the imam's, child. Oh, so wow. Both of them, grew up, really, really into the religion. But you know what? I appreciated the fact that they didn't, like. Even though, we were brought up in, Muslim way, but we were not, like bombarded with it, like, oh, you have to, accept my religion because, this is, who we are. No, my parents were never like that. So, growing up as a Muslim, yes, I pray, 5 times a day because, my mom requires that from us. My dad requires that from us. Yeah. But, I don't think I understand it that, okay. The impact of it, I don't think I understand it that time. Okay. Because as a child, you basically go with what your parents want you to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? So, but as an adult, when I chose, to convert to Christianity, I can only talk about that. Okay. Because as a child, growing up in a Muslim, I really didn't know much about it that much. Even though I'm told to do it, to go to mosque,
to please mommy and
but
dad.
It's not something that I wanted.
Okay,
it's what my parents want us to do. Okay. And as a child, you have to obey your parents.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially African parents.
Yes. So,
when daddy and mommy, when they say, okay, time to go to the mosque, or let's go for Friday prayer at the mosque, is there anything you think of that you go, this is not so bad? Why not? Maybe friends, maybe there's something they do there that you want to be part of, like, oh, let's go, I'll go.
Not really, to be honest. Like I said, my both parents, they're not really extreme with us, Okay. If they go to, mosque on Friday, if we don't want to go, that's okay.
Okay.
But if we want to go, that's okay too.
Okay.
So it wasn't like, we were forced to do it by force, like, oh no, you have to go to, mosque. No. I'll be, saying different things otherwise,
Oh, okay.
If I say that. So it's not really, but it's something because, in my neighborhood, 99.9%, of the people that live there were Muslims. Okay. So you see people doing it. So it's a
community thing. Okay.
But it wasn't forced. My parents didn't force it on us. Okay. But you know what? We see, our colleagues, go into mosque. Yeah, we go,
Okay.
Go with the flow.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't not something that, my parents didn't really forced on us.
Yeah, so it's not, okay, it's odd. I don't want my friends to see me. You were all going to the mosque and all that. That's
no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
I know you said that the mixture of the mosque and the church molded you into the woman you are today. Do you think, besides that, do you have people in your life that modeled modeled Christ to you, or modeled
actually it's not even the adult that surrounds me. It was actually the kids of my age that time. Oh, wow. Because I remember there's something that's stuck with me ever since as during my childhood. I remember, even though we're 99.9% of my neighborhood people, Muslim, they were Muslims, but there's this particular family. They're Christian at that time, and their children, we're all the same age, and I remember when they went to church on Sunday, even though I didn't know anything about church. Remember, I've never been to church in my life, when I was growing up. don't even know what they do there, you know. But I remember those, you know, family, I mean, that particular family, you know, going to church every Sunday. And when they come, their children, and this is the, you know, the most, you know, thing that, you know, really I remembered that, you know, when they come to play with us, they bring, I don't know if you remember this golden Bible with, you know, animation.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, they will bring it. And I'm so fascinated with that, you know, Bible, even though I didn't know what was written on it, you know, in it. But the mere fact that, you know,
the look,
the picture, you know, the animation, animated, you know, picture, you know, that was there, you know, really, you know, brought, you know, me to want to, you know, look into it more. I didn't, like I said, I wasn't reading anything, but I love those pictures. You know, I see, you know, the Goliath when they, you know, he's, you know, fighting. I see, you know, when the sea is roaring, you know, all those things. So I'm so fascinated, you know, by that. So I remember that, you know, golden Bible.
Yeah.
And I wish, you know, because I always told my children about this particular story, that, you know, I wish I can, you know, get my hands on that Bible.
I know. I don't think there's anyone. I tried.
Yes,
I tried
you
to
know,
look for it. I
I
don't think they have
loved it, you know.
anymore.
Yeah, they don't have it anymore. I really love that Bible.
Yeah.
Because, you know, for me, as, you know, as a young kid, it really, you know, opened my eyes to different, you know, religion, even though I didn't know about it. But that particular Bible, I think they need to do it, you know, they need to come up with that kind of a Bible thing, you know, for children, you know, because, you know, you'll be surprised. Just give, you know, children anything animation.
Yeah, because that brought
the
Bible alive.
Yes.
Yes.
And that was what, you know, that was imprinted in my imagination from that time. Because I still remember those, you know, that Bible, you know, during those times, you know, so I loved it. I didn't know what it was, but, you know, I know it was golden, you know, and there's this all kinds of beautiful animation there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, besides, so was it only, I do understand that you said as a child, you were drawn to the Christian community also. But what encouraged your decision to switch from being a Muslim to a Christian?
Actually, you know, it was, you know, after, you know, I was already married.
Okay.
I was still in my, you know, I mean, my early 20s, you know, and not even, I think, you know, I was, you know, 19 going into my 20s, you know. I remember, you know, going with my husband, my ex-husband, to the Catholic church, and I loved the music there.
Okay.
I remember we're not in Nigeria, we're actually in the island.
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember going with him, and the beautiful, you know, orchestrated, you know, music draw me to also. It wasn't the, you know, preaching or anything like that. It was just like that, you know, like I said, as a child, the picture, the golden Bible picture.
Yes. Yes.
And, you know, as an adult, it was the music. When I went with my ex-husband, even though I didn't know what they were doing there, you know, but I remember, and it was, you know, and you know how Catholic, you know, with these organs, you know, all those, you know, how, you know, this. So I was, you know, happy, you know, to be going there because of that, because of the music. Because I'm always, you know, eager to go there on Sunday, because I knew I'm going to hear, you know, music.
Yeah.
So that is the thing that drew me as an adult, you know, to that, you know, to the Christianity, you know, the Catholic, you know, church. Remember, like I said, I still haven't, you know, I didn't have a hold, like a grab to what it is, you know, about Christianity. But like I said, the song, you know, into my adulthood was the thing that drew me first into it.
Okay, I like that. I know you said your community and your parents also played a role in your view of being a Muslim, and in the Christian world, besides the amazing Bible, and the music. Did anybody else encourage you besides your ex-husband? Did anybody else encourage you not to, like that made you say, you know what, I'm just going to convert? Or is it just?
No, not really.
It's just
honestly,
from your heart.
Not really. It was just, I think, you know, for me, and, you know, I don't want to sound like, you know, it's a cliche or something like that. But for me, you know, I think personally that, you know, God was already establishing in my heart,
Yeah,
you know,
I think so
the
too.
Christianity from the time I was a child.
Yes.
Remember, I grew up in a Muslim home. Never, know any Christianity in my life. I've never been to church in my life.
Yeah.
But, from nursery school till, elementary school, God, implanted, that little girl, which, she was my age. As a matter of fact, she passed away a long time ago.
Oh,
remember, it was, her golden Bible that I first, realized that, oh, there's such thing like this. And then from my, elementary school, the Christian school that I went to, the singing of the Christian song, all those things. And then now with my ex-husband, going to Catholic church. And then, so I felt that, God, was doing it in my heart slowly. So by the time, it was time for me to convert. I mean, meaning, I won't even say convert, because, all this time, that I've been going, to church with my ex-husband, I really didn't, convert to Christianity. I was actually still praying as a Muslim and then still going to Catholic church with him. So not until I actually got to redeem, remember that I told you that, I went to,
Catholic.
The other one,
Deeper Life.
Deeper Life.
Yes.
Yes, I learned, some things there. But then when I went to Redeem in Chicago, I started, then putting everything. It's like a puzzle. You start putting things together. Like, now this makes sense. Oh, this, this is what it is. Oh, this is. Then that time, from I mean, it wasn't like anybody pushed me to, be a Christian or anything. It was time for God to actually, come into my life and say, this is the time. And I remember, standing up, it wasn't even, the preaching they said in the church or anything like that. It was just that, God was ready for me that. And then, I remember, standing up and just accepting Christ as my Lord and Savior. And even my ex-husband was shocked because nobody see it coming. Even though I was going to church, like I said, with him, I was still, practicing my, Muslim. Yeah. Because that's what, I learned, I knew. That's what, I grew up with. So I was still, doing that. But I remember, when, while I was married to him, I remember his family members, didn't like the fact that I was still praying as a Muslim. They didn't like it. But I remember I always, told my ex-husband that time that, what, I think, people should not force, their own view on people. Let God lead that person's heart. Yeah. Because no matter what you do, if you push, that person may not even, care to do it. But when God is ready for that person, believe me, not even Lucifer.
The person, yes, amen.
It's true. So when God was ready for me that time, I was not even prepared for it. It wasn't like, oh, I went to church knowing that, oh, I'm going to give my life to Christ today. No. And it wasn't like I said, what, the preaching was all about that day. It has nothing to do with it. It was just God, letting me know that, I'm ready for you. Now get up and go, convert and ask them, that you want to be baptized. And I got baptized there. And I never looked back ever since. And I remember, having this conversation with my parents before they died. I remember, because, at first I was like, oh, well, maybe, they probably would be upset at me that, oh, now I'm a Christian. I remember having this conversation with my dad. And, I called him and I said, oh, actually he called me and we were just talking. And then I go, oh, Dad, I need to convert you to Christian. And he laughed. It was a huge, laugh. And he was like, oh, really? My father always called me Debisi. Oh, Debisi, you for real? Girl, no. I'll die Muslim. Remember, I didn't bother you when you marry a Christian man because I knew that, as a female,
yes,
I can never push my religion on you.
Yes.
Push yours on me, whatever faith you found. And that was my father's, explanation to me. It was like, look, I get the point.
Yeah.
You're a Christian now. That's okay. Yeah. I was born in a Muslim family. Yeah. I was born, I was raised as a Muslim. My father was the one saying this to me. Yeah. And then he said, look, I knew that, I cannot force my religion on you. So try not to. And I learned that too from my dad, that, try not to force, your religion on people. Let, God, work, in their hearts. And I thank God, that, my father, and I believe that, God knew what he wanted to do in my life. Because my father could have objected to that.
Yes.
But remember, as God was working in my heart, it was working in the heart of both my parents.
Father, parents too,
yeah. Because they never objected to it for, as far as, coming out as a Christian. They never. And remember, not every Muslim parents are like that.
No, of course.
They're not like that. I mean, they will, cry hell.
Yeah. They'll say no.
But for my parents, I remember both of them went to, Hajj.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, they were born and raised in
Muslim,
hardcore, Muslim family. But they never, for a second, make me feel that, oh, are you kidding me? You were born and raised a Muslim, and this is what, never. So it was easier for me to move forward and say, you know what? Yes, this is what I want. Because God, as it was working in my heart, it was working in my parents' heart too.
That's nice.
But I remember telling God too that, you said in your word that, you don't want people to die without, believing in you. And I part of my prayers that time was, for, God to, touch my parents' heart. They didn't convert to Christianity, but I just, I hope that time that, at least they can, have, some kind of impact of Christianity in their life, before they die. I don't know if that happened, but, I remember, praying that prayer for my parents. And so, and I still have, family members that are, Muslim too. A lot of them, so.
If you have the opportunity to talk to the 10-year-old you, like a younger version of you that is in that, because I know at some point you'll be fascinated, you'll be drawn to, like you said, the Bible, the images, you'll be a little bit drawn to that, like, okay, I need to learn more about this, but at the same time I have to do this religion. But you're still fascinated by the Christian, the Bible, like you described it, which I do know that Bible also. So if you have if you have the opportunity to advise that person right now, what will you say to them?
Well, you know what you can tell, a 10-year-old is different from what you can tell an adult.
That's true.
You can, honestly let, the children be children by just, just the same way my parents did not force me. You can introduce, children in a little way, just like I said. That, Bible, that imaging Bible was, a huge thing in my life. Sometimes, it may be, maybe cartoon, video cartoon of, Christian, image, and things like that. Just let them watch it. Because, I've realized in many years that, if you force your doctrine on people will run opposite direction. But sometimes you have to allow people to grow into what you trying to, show them or tell them. By just sometimes you just have to, be, quiet sometimes.
Yes.
I think, we Christians sometimes we push too much.
Yes,
of what our beliefs into people. I'm serious.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes you just have to let people God walk into it. Sometimes you can even just like the same way that I felt that God was helping me in my heart. You can pray for that person too.
Yes.
Without even you pushing that person.
Yes.
You can pray, and tell God, to just touch and after His way in their life that we impact them, that they will be the one trying to seek God.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So for a little 10-year-old, please do not push them. But you can, give them, an alternative, thing. Meaning, just like me, that, Bible, animated, Bible, storybook, or maybe, video, with, animation, with, little, children, talking about God. You'll be surprised, what children can, achieve. As a little kid. But hey, there's other alternative. Some people they prefer teaching children because sometimes when you teach they understand like a repetitive things but there are some not every kid can tune into what you want to say. So you deal with each children in a different way. There are some children you just have to keep teaching them Sunday school Bible and they get it. Some other children,
that
no, they
brings me
don't.
to my next question.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're grown and now that you're a Christian, is there a particular person that actually sat you down to teach you the Bible, or you dissected the Bible yourself, got the understanding yourself?
Actually, I go to, fellowship,
Okay.
bi-weekly, fellowship.
Okay.
And, from there,
Like Bible
I
class
actually,
and all that.
learned, huh?
Like Bible class and all that, right?
Not Bible class.
Okay.
It's more or less like, the first one that I used to go, was, it's been a long time ago. It was like, like you said, Bible, class,
Okay.
but in people's houses.
Okay.
We,
Okay.
we read the Bible,
Okay.
and we pray for each other.
Okay.
I did it for a long time. I remember when I was in, in Chicago City before I moved to the suburb.
Okay.
We used to do that a lot. So that helped too. And then, moving to the suburb, I still maintain it. I do not all the time. I'm not going to over exaggerate that. Oh, I go to Bible, to fellowship. No.
Mm-hmm.
But when God permits me, I try my best to go. Then after, I remember, 2011, after, my breakup with my ex-husband, I remember, I didn't question God about, why my life was the way. No, never. I never did that. I just, remember that, it was, a friend of mine, American friend of mine, actually. We go to the same church, but I didn't know her that well. And I remember, her coming to me one day. I was, in church, sitting down, before, I think it was before the church service. And I go to, Christian Life Center right now. It's called CLC in Tinley Park, Illinois. That's where I go. I've been going there now for 15 years now. Because I left, Redeem after we left in Chicago. So I started going to Christian Life. So I've been with Christian Life up to now.
Okay.
So, and it's it's a mixture of Caucasian, African American,
like an all-nation church.
All-nation church, yeah. Okay. So anyway, I remember sitting down in church, and this my girlfriend Shani. I can never forget her. We're still friends up to today. I remember her coming to me and introducing herself, because she knew that I'm an African. Because she has heard me talk, and she knew I'm an African. But we've never really talked with each other before. So she came to introduce herself, and we became friends since that time. And I remember her telling me, she came to visit me at my house. She said, "Oh, you know what? That she's going to this African fellowship house and I immediately dismissed it. I was like, no, forget it. I'm not interested in that. And she's like, no. This, particular, house fellowship is really good. It's not. I knew you're not the kind of person that is into this, because I don't like to go to fellowship because I want to go there, or because because a lot of group of people are there. Oh, because of that, I want to, I want to go there so I can learn things.
Yes.
Yeah. If I'm not going to get anything out of it, if it's just gossip or anything like that, I'm not into it. I'm not interested. So I told her, I said, oh, no, forget. And she's like, oh, no, BC, no, you don't like it. Okay, why don't you try it? Go with me one time. If you don't like it, you don't have to come. Nobody knows you anyway. Some of our church members do go there. So I said, okay, fine. So, no, I actually didn't say fine. I said, no. So that day she came to my house and she's like, this is going to go today. Okay. So I said, okay, fine. So we went. And believe you or not, I did like it. Okay. Because it was, fellowship of, everybody, we're all professionals. I mean, doctors, lawyers, nurses, everybody. We, everybody, we're professional people. Not, they're not there for some nonsense. They're there, to learn the word of God, to put in their own request of prayer, point, each other. And, pray for one another. You understand? Yeah. So when I went there, I remember, I saw like, almost like, 40 Nigerians, not Nigerians, sorry, 40, people there. Caucasian, Nigerians, people from the Caribbean, people from, talk about it. It's everywhere, in that house. But it was a Nigerian, physician. Family. Okay. Yeah, that, hosted, the Bible study and the fellowship. We call it fellowship. It's bi-weekly, every Saturday, but every other Saturday. So I remember going in there and I saw everybody and I'm like, oh, but I didn't say what. But this is the host, of the Bible, fellowship. Knew me because we go to the same church together. I didn't know her personally or very well. Okay. But she knew me enough to remind me that oh, BC, hi, how are you? this is Dr. Akinton. Remember me, at CLC Church? You always, with your ex-husband, and you never say a word, but you sit down in front, and I always come by there and say, BC and boy. And I remember that the moment she said, I said, oh, she's the one that always, because I remember, sitting down, every Sunday with my ex-husband, and this lady, I don't know who she was, that time, she would always said, hi, BC and boys. That's the reason why I remember her.
Okay.
So, and then she said, when she said that, so I laughed. I said, oh, it's you. No. She said, you know what? Not until today, I never thought you can talk. I said, why would you say so? She said, because every time I see you, you always beside Jude, but you're always quiet. I said, believe me, I talk. I said, I talk. But, if I don't have any reason to say anything, there's no point. So then, we went through that, fellowship. We learn about, gospel. And then, at the end of the day, they asked everybody, for their prayer request. And, everybody would pitch in. I don't think that day, I don't think I said anything. Okay. I'm more or less, and even if you don't have, prayer requests, you still have to pray for somebody.
Pray for somebody.
That's the way they do with it. No matter what, everybody has to pray for somebody.
I like that.
So, because they will call upon you, and you don't know the person. They will just give you the person's, needs. Okay. And then in front of everybody, then you have to pray. Okay. Can you imagine if you don't know how to pray?
Yeah, so that will force you to learn your Bible. That will encourage you at home to get yourself prepared.
So I was like, what is this? So anyway, you learn, then you learn to not only, get out of your selfish behavior. You learn to pray for somebody else.
Others, yes.
So I learned, I really learned a lot from that fellowship, and I enjoy going there. I don't go there all the time. Because sometimes I'm at work, but now that Zoom is in place, so they make sure everybody go, and I still don't go. And Dr. Akinton, we always go and say, please on Zoom. I'm like, don't worry about it. You will see me next time.
Because so anyway, we're pressed on time. Right. I have my last question is, okay, when you look back, have you ever had any moment where you sit back and say, why did I even convert? This is not.
No. Maybe you mean Christianity?
Yes.
Never.
Okay, so never. No regrets at all.
No regret at all, because you know what? Like I said, for everything that happened in my life, whether good or bad, God has always been there.
Yes.
So I've never, for one day questioned, that oh, why am I in this religion? No, never. I have never. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know yet, but for now.
But for today, no. I really like that, and I bless God for your life. Because with Zoom, we have to keep to time, or they'll cut us off. Yes. Anyway, I am so honored that when I called you, said you agreed to do this. I am so happy. I'm so excited that you're.
The pleasure is mine too. Anytime.
Thank you so much.
And happy birthday, my dear friend.
Thank you. Yeah, today's my birthday, December 30.
I
know. Hooray! Thank you so much. You're welcome. So much. So
my love to everybody.
Yes, so I'm gonna just allow you to introduce yourself one more time, then we can end the show. So once again, like I always say, whatever it is, whatever religion you're doing that encourages you, that helps you, stick with it. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Buddhist, if you're an atheist, whatever it is that works for you, continue to do it. And just to round this up, I'm going to have my guest introduce herself one more time. My beautiful sister.
My name is Adebisi Showole. Bye.
Thank you so much. And once again, my name is Shalewa Dosumo. I just want to say thank you for today, and we will continue this a different time. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed.